You'll never come back again. Hello, huge movie fanatic Nate, stopping on by. This time I'm coming at you for a quick video showcasing the recently released 40th anniversary limited Steelbook edition of Friday the 13th, the original movie from 1980. This is very exciting for me, being a huge Friday the 13th fan. I mean, to me, this is my favorite franchise of all time. Friday the 13th, 1980 is among one of my favorite movies of all time, and it was very exciting because I'm a huge fan of the original artwork for the original Friday the 13th, and it was really exciting to actually have, for the first time to my knowledge, this is the first time the original poster art was ever used on a Blu-ray release in North America, quite possibly in the entire world. From what I understand, the original poster art, the last time it was used on an official release was in 1999 with Paramount's first DVD release of Friday the 13th. So, you know, being a huge fan of that cover art, or that poster art I should say, I was really excited for this release. I'm not really a big Steelbook guy per se, but I'm a huge fan of this poster art. I rank it as among, you know, some of just the all-time best poster arts ever. It just does such a great job capturing the feeling of the movie, just the bleak, scary, foreboding, you know, just nighttime summer camp woodsy environment. I just think it's one of the all-time just greatest movie posters ever made, and it was just like, to me, a no-brainer when the Steelbook was announced to actually feature for the first time in like 21 years the original poster art on a, you know, release of this classic movie. So to me it was a no-brainer. I mean, although one can arguably say this is nothing but a money grab, I'm just such a huge fan of this movie and that poster art that, to me, I had to obviously get it when it came out. I was really surprised when I got this out. I mean, it actually looks better in person than I thought it would. Like the silver stuff, like the knife and the silvery, you know, glow around the killer, just when the light hits it right, just looks really good. It just has this nice, shimmery, shiny feel to it. And to be honest, I've got a mind to buy another one of these and keep it, you know, sealed and not open it, because it's just that freaking great. As I said, I don't know if I said it already or not, but I'm not a huge Steelbook guy, but you know, this is just such a wonderfully done cover. And here's the back, of course, the famous line, "Kill her, mommy, kill her." And to be honest, a lot of people were complaining about this, that it's a spoiler. And while that is true, I mean, this release is going to be for collectors and fans of the movie and stuff. This release isn't really necessarily geared towards people who haven't seen the movie yet. The movie's 40 years old, so if you haven't, you know, chances are people have seen it by now, and if they haven't, they're probably not going to buy this version to see it. And even if they do, you know, it's kind of a spoiler and kind of not. You kind of have to have a brain to even put it together anyway. And people in, you know, these days in North America, or maybe even the world, aren't really known for having much of a brain. It's really kind of cool. I'm actually, another thing about this release that I'm glad about is that, you know, Paramount got the rights for Friday the 13th back. And I'm just glad that, it's not a huge deal, but I'm just glad that Paramount put this out versus Warner Brothers, because obviously it's nice to see on the spine, you know, the Paramount logo, the absolutely fantastic original Friday the 13th logo there, and artwork, and a Blu-ray on the bottom. It's just, you know, like I say, it's just cool as an added bonus to you know, have had Paramount put this out for the 40th anniversary versus Warner Brothers. On the bottom here you got the Paramount logo. It says copyright 1980 and 2020 Paramount Pictures. And once again, commenting on the back here, I like it. And one thing that I find particularly cool about the, you know, the "Killer, mommy, killer," is they actually use the Friday 13th font, so it actually goes well with, you know, the front cover in that regard. And I don't find the spoiler thing to be a big issue, you know, 40 years on. If anyone's going to see this movie, they've probably seen it by now, and as I said, if they haven't, they're probably going to be some teenager or 20-something that'll most likely stream it anyway. So this is, this item is a collector's item for us, collectors of physical media and huge fans of this movie. So, in those regards, I don't think, the spoiler quote from the back of the SteelBook is that big a deal. So when the SteelBook was announced, I was really excited and interested in knowing what they were going to do with the inside of the cover art, seeing as how they, in my opinion, hit a home run with the front and back artwork. I was interested to know what they were going to do with the inside, and I think I saw this before I got mine, but, having seen the reveal of what they did with the inside of the artwork for the SteelBook, it's unfortunately, in my opinion, not very impressive. It's just kind of some just generic graphic, and what I don't really like about this is it's a graphic, unlike the back with the Killer Mommy Killer and using the Friday 13th font and stuff. I feel like that the inside artwork here, quote-unquote artwork, doesn't really go with the era the movie was made in 40 years ago. It's more of a contemporary kind of artwork that, and almost abstract with the red trees, and I mean it's just, it doesn't go with the movie in my opinion. And just the generic girl looks like she's almost naked in a boat on the water. Just, it doesn't really do much for me, unfortunately. But alas, if they're going to screw up something with this release, I'd rather have them screw up the inside, which you don't see very as often as the I'd rather have them screw up the inside versus screw up the outside. So there's much better things that could have been done with the inside artwork. Just there's plenty of lobby cards, there's plenty of stills from this movie that could have been utilized. You could have had like 3 on each side, bam, 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 or even just one iconic still from the movie could have just been, laid across both the front and the back of the inside covers or something like that. Being that it's a Paramount release and they obviously have rights to all things Friday the 13th or whatever, or this film anyway or whatever, they really should have just used some, iconic image, still image from the movie, or images, and just laid them out. They would have been really cool to just have like just lobby cards or something on the inside. Just the original promotional stills from the movie I would have definitely preferred to this just generic ass fricking, artwork that looks like it could have been made by some teenager with their frickin' phone. And in case you're wondering, the Blu-ray disc that comes in this release is just the same old Blu-ray disc that came out in 2009 and subsequently was put in that collection that Paramount put out, 1 through 8, Friday 13th collection that they put out, I don't know when it was, a couple of years, 2 or 3 years ago now. Just the normal Blu-ray that we've all come to know and love. Obviously a lot of people, would have liked to have like a new transfer, new features, things like that. To me, it's not a huge deal. I still think the transfer of the original Blu-ray or the Blu-ray that it exists now is absolutely fine, looks absolutely stunning and beautiful, and I'm not a big, huge special features guy anyway, so to me, the fact that it was the same old disc didn't really bother me. For me, the exciting thing about this release was, of course, just for the first time in 21 years, the original poster art being featured on this release. And to be honest, I think I do like it more being a SteelBook. If it had just been a normal Blu-ray case, although it still would have been cool, it just probably wouldn't have been quite as cool as it being a SteelBook. So, as I said, I don't know if I already said it or not, but I've got a mind to actually buy another one and just keep it sealed. If you're a fan of this movie or the franchise, I would highly recommend picking this up and maybe not even opening it, as you probably have, have it on Blu-ray to watch already. But yeah, very, very, very happy with this release. In person, it just looks it looks better, than I thought it would, and just the black cover and just the shiny silver stuff, and all around really, really happy with this release. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, we'll catch you on the next video.